This microphone feels great. Wow. Yo, I mean, it feels like this is like a premium feeling mic. I'm so curious about how this is going to sound. I'm so curious. Okay. So, a couple things. I'm sad because nothing was just being recorded at all because I didn't select this new interface that's new to this setup. I'm not happy about that. But we're going to just circle back and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I just said. This setup is incredible. I couldn't help myself at ending the last video and setting this whole thing up. I really was curious about how this sounds. Some of the highlights, I have to go through this again, and it sucks, but that's okay. It's part of the whole experience. I love the way it looks. I love the white. It just looks good. It pops. It's like a statement. It's just cool, especially with like the darker background and darker shirt. Like, I like the way this looks a lot. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Khordmaster here. Hope everyone's having a great start to their new year. So in today's video, we are unboxing this, but before we do, I want to give you guys a little insight. So Arturia is a company that I've known about for a number of years, like 4 or something. I've purchased a few years ago their MicroLab. I'm looking at it right over here on the screen. This thing right here, MicroLab. So I purchased this years ago. Boom, look at that. Last purchase, October 20th, 22nd. I ended up selling it, but I was and still am a huge fan of that MIDI controller. Oh my goodness. The built-in USB cable, if or when they come out with a follow-up, and hopefully I can get some insights on this at some point, but with USB-C on it, I'd be all over it, I think. I'd be all over that. Anyway, today's video, we are unboxing 2 products. So I reached out to Arturia, just, exploring some collaborative opportunities. And these were 2 products that they wanted to send over to me to kind of start the collaboration. And I kind of shared with them that there are other products that they have released that I'm, more excited about, more interested in, and have more of a need for, let's say, or air quotes need. But I was more than happy to get these and talk about them, and as long as I can come up with an angle that makes sense, right? I don't want to just like get products that I have no interest in or don't even, like care about in order to like just talk to you guys about it in order to, that's not what this channel is about. What I can say is that I have the 2 products here are like a recording kit, like a audio interface and a microphone and headphones, like a full kit to record and stuff. So that's one of which I have all of those things already. I have the U87. I got called out on my channel in the comments for saying the price of this microphone, so I'm going to say it again. It's around like I think $1,200 or $1,500 or $2. It's a lot of money. I don't remember how much it costs, but it's a very, very expensive mic that I also didn't pay for because I have partnerships and that's awesome and I love that. But I did pay for that audio interface over there, which is a Scarlett. And then my headphones that I don't really use that much currently, that's why they're not even here. They're over there on a different section of the studio. Are those? Yeah, Audio Technicas. So the thing that I'm interested in kind of talking about is like, that's an expensive kit there, right? Versus this is a lot more affordable. How does this kit sound using that to do what I do here? So in my mind, I'm going to take this mic off after this video. I'm going to take that USB interface out. And I'm going to use that whole kit for the next video that I do. That's going to be talking about in a little bit more depth the other product that's in this box, which we're just going to do the unboxing of right now, which is, I should know the names of these things. It's the MiniLab MK3. This is all staying in the video because we keep things authentic out here. Hey, Khordmaster, you didn't prepare for the video. Yeah, that's true. I didn't fully prepare, but that's okay. That's life, right? Sometimes you're not as prepared as you might think you should be. Here it is. It's the MiniLab MK3. So I have a lot of different thoughts, on MIDI controllers, a lot of thoughts on MIDI controllers. Okay, I have my hands on quite a few of them right now, and I have different perspectives on what are good about some and what are not good about some, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's something very specific about this MIDI controller that is extremely appealing to me. And I'll talk about that in the subsequent video that I'm using, you know, with the recording kit. And by the way, I think it's called, let me see, Arturia Audio Fuse. It's this thing, MiniFuse Recording Pack. Here you go. So we got, you see that? You got, it's very similar to what I have right now. It's like very, 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 very similar. You know, these are XLR ports in the front. I got to see what's in the back of this thing. Let's see. Do they not show you a picture of the back? That's kind of interesting. Maybe there is no inputs on the back. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's take a look. And by the way, no one bought me like a box cutter for Christmas, so I'm still stuck with using a pair of scissors. So yes, here we go. Audio Fuse Recording Pack. So yeah, this is just important, right? So this is a $300 item here. I'm looking right on Amazon. It's a $300 item, and for $300 to get all of this stuff, to get headphones and this, you know, audio interface and a microphone for $300 is kind of crazy. Honestly, it's kind of crazy. And so from my perspective, if this works semi-decently, I mean, heck, I'm not even joking here. And these are the two products. I could see myself selling the three other things that I just talked about. Honestly, I mean, I don't know, right? This microphone is this is a very, very good microphone, of course. But at the same time, like, you know, I'm in this state of really wanting to do more with less, like, and so I don't know. It's something I'm really going to think about. But let's do one at a time. Let's do this first. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this now. Maybe you're not going to be here for the next video, but maybe you should be. So hit the notification bell if you are watching this right now. And make sure you get yourself subscribed. Shout out to Magic Mind as well. I love these things. Is this going to autofocus? I'm trying to figure out how to. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great, but that's okay. I'm going to just go ahead. Actually, you know what? I think this button here does the autofocus like that. But then we move it out the way. Okay. So we're gonna try to leave this autofocus product thing on the camera. I'm gonna take this shot right now. We're gonna do a full comparison, comparison video on a few different MIDI controllers very, very soon. I'm excited to do so. However, this controller is one that I believe could be like an incredibly versatile and just ideal controller for, I'll just say, for any DAW. I was gonna say for Ableton specifically, which is what I use, but I believe that this could just be very beneficial for any DAW, just based on the stuff that I know about it so far. Time will tell whether that is true. I mean, I'm sure it's true, but there's just so much information that I have, guys. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about MIDI controls and the things that I've learned and like the pros and cons, et cetera, et cetera. So these are like endless encoders, which is definitely great. You have faders and knobs, which is great. The faders feel really good to me. So I would use these not for finger drumming, of course. I don't like pads for finger drumming just in general. I always prefer like a key bed, which, by the way, the key bed feels really good too. Let's see. You know, these are smaller keys, of course, so that's something that you gotta kind of get a little bit used to. But yeah, I mean, if it feels really good. Tap tempo. This is probably like a dial that's doing some things, maybe for maybe master volume, or maybe it's just, I don't know. We'll see as we're going. Octaves. Yeah, so this is really, really good, right? USB-C. I'm excited to give this a go. Let's pull an audible. I was teaching one of my students the other day about what that term means, pulling an audible. My math tutoring students. We're going to pull an audible right now. We're going to plug this in. Wasn't planning on doing this, guys, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to plug this in. We're going to power it up. And we're going to kind of just, yeah, see what's up. So plug this in here. Power this up. It gets powered up straight away. So now this is a setup that I probably will rarely, if ever, use. Okay, why? Because if I'm using a small MIDI controller, with the OPXY, all I really need are keys. I don't need any of this stuff. I don't really even want to see any of this stuff because this is a controller itself here, isn't it? And I have a lot of those functions right on the device itself. So I prioritize like just a key bed, just being able to play keys in a way that's better than the key bed on here. And of course, having keys like this is going to give you a better experience. Super low because we are not turned up here. We can just turn that. What is this, melodic? And you have to go octave here. So yeah, like it a lot. Now I wonder, if I go to mixer, these probably need to be mapped, right? But again, and I mean, to be honest with you, as I'm pausing for a second, I kind of maybe am not entirely right. Like maybe being able to mix all your levels, like have all these just handle all the different levels for all your tracks and not have, because you have 8 tracks here, right? You have 8, you only have 4 knobs, and going to each track and then turning one knob is not really that, it's not good actually. So yeah. All right, I'm going to put this away. We're going to talk more about this once I, get a chance to use it and all the things and stuff, but I love the build quality of it and I'm very excited. I'm glad they sent me the white one. I don't think I indicated which one I preferred, but white one looks really nice, I think. Okay, power down. Let's put this aside and let's talk about the next thing. This microphone feels great. Wow. Yo, I mean, it feels like this is like a premium feeling mic. I'm so curious about how this is going to sound. I'm so curious. Okay. So, a couple things. I'm sad because nothing was just being recorded at all because I didn't select this new interface that's new to this setup. I'm not happy about that. But we're going to just circle back and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I just said. This setup is incredible. I couldn't help myself at ending the last video and setting this whole thing up. I really was curious about how this sounds. Some of the highlights, I have to go through this again and it sucks, but that's okay. It's part of the whole experience. I love the way it looks. I love the white. It just looks good. It pops. It's like a statement. It's just cool, especially with like the darker background and darker shirt. Like I like the way this looks a lot. And also I'm probably not even going to use this yet, or I don't know if I will, because I mean I have the cable already routed in the boom arm. So, but I'm just like, yo, like come on for $300 for this. I mean, I would expect this is going to sound really bad for the price point, but it's not going to. It's not going to sound bad. I think it's going to sound great, but I'm just like, how are they able to sell this for $300 is the question. How? I am perplexed. I am honestly perplexed. I really am sitting here like, again, I haven't listened to it yet. I haven't tried it yet, but geez. All right, last thing to open up are the headphones. I'm gonna put everything else down. This is Ableton Live Lite included in this pack. That's pretty cool. All right, let's put this back over here. Yo, all right. So, I'll tell you this when I get back to the front-facing camera, and I'll tell you like the last bit of information. Let's take these headphones, open the headphones up really quick, and then yeah, I'm like sitting here like incredible, guys. Really, really, really good stuff. It feels great to be able to talk so highly about something. Again, I keep saying this. I didn't use anything yet. I didn't even try these out. But I'm just going based on the packaging, the fact that I know enough about Arturia to know that they're a high quality brand. They're a great brand. I also like the whole white aesthetic here. It just looks nice. Like I really like that. It just all kind of blends together in a nice way. Headphones feel light, which is nice because all my other headphones are heavy. And I'm not gonna say that that's a bad thing or whatever, but these feel noticeably lighter, and I'm even like this feels heavier than this. So I'm gonna put them on real quick. Yeah, they feel great on the head. Wow. Okay. So the last thing that we need to check is this. So it comes with a 1/4 inch, and then I think if I just take this off, you got this. So what I just did was this screws on. So that's another good thing, right? The screw on type versus just a regular pop in. So if we just unscrew that and we get that. So, wow. Yeah, color me impressed, man. Like this is a heavy microphone. I was not expecting this. Like if this thing sounds even halfway decent, I'm kind of like this is a $300 product in itself. So yeah. I'm not telling them that they underprice their stuff. Again, for the 6th time or something in this video. We will see that on the next video. As soon as this is actually done, I'm gonna I think unplug the whole setup there, and I think I'm just gonna like get a rudimentary listen in because I kind of need to see how this stuff sounds in order to just wrap my brain around how they're able to charge what they're charging. I love that. I do so much stuff with like TE on this channel, and these are on different ends of the spectrum, aren't they? Like 1600 or whatever, 2300, right? And I'm not gonna say if it feels good or bad. Recommend I'm not even I don't recommend things on this channel too much, right? I just like talk about what I want to talk about, and if people are moved by it, that's cool. If not, like it's fine. But being able to recommend something based on like, oh yes, I would purchase that, and yes, I wholeheartedly think that you're getting more value than you could even possibly imagine if you pay this price point. And I feel as though I'm going to be able to say that about this product. Anyone that comes up to me, it's like, yo, this is what you need to get. Don't even look at anything else. You need to get this recording kit, and this will give you everything you need to get, and then some to get started. And that's cool to be able to say that. That's like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Huge. So last thing I wanted to say is I sent an email to my contact at Arturia, right? When he recommended, or when he offered, right, these 2 products to send to me. And I responded. I was like, I'm graciously appreciative. And, in my head, I was kind of like, oh, but what I actually am more interested in is the 61 key key lab, and maybe the Astro lab. I was like, in a respectful way, and in a well thought, I took a long time to send this email back. I'm more than happy to talk about these products, but these are the ones that I think these are the ones that I think I'm more excited to talk about. And here's why: because I don't have this currently, and I'll do this with it, and I'll interface with this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He responded back. He was like, that sounds great. He's like, if it's okay with you, let's start with these, see where it goes, and then we can talk about those later. I was like, perfect. That sounds great. And how awesome is it that he did that? Because I'm sitting here telling you, like, real talk. I believe that, and I didn't talk about it here, but like every month, right, in my previous video, every month I'll be like focusing in on one way of making music, and just that one way. Not to say that I'm not doing other videos in the month. Like this is obviously another video this month, but the only thing that I'm using this month in January 2025 to make music, aside from make music, practice piano, stuff like that, obviously I'll be doing a lot of that just all throughout the year, is this. I'm only going to be using this to make music. Okay. Reason I bring that up is because next month is going to be something different. I'm not going to use the XY unless, and I gave myself like I said, if I reach the end of the month and I'm like, yo, I don't want to go a whole month not using what I just used previously because I've unlocked something and so fun, then that's cool. That's what I'm after here, right? So maybe there might be 2 months of something potentially, right? But at least 1 month, right? I say that because, I've been giving thought to, okay, what's going to be the next thing that I use? What's going to be the next thing that I use to make music? And the answer to that question is still to be determined, right? Is it, I don't know, it's to be determined. But there's a good chance that it's going to be Ableton and only Ableton, and using Ableton with this. Let's take it out of the bag. Because I feel so inspired right now, guys. The thing that excites me about this with Ableton is that it has direct integration, but furthermore, these knobs. When I use Ableton currently, I only prefer using it like mobilely, like on my MacBook Pro, not here on my Mac Studio. I don't like sitting down that much currently and making music. I don't enjoy that. That's not true. I do enjoy sitting down. I don't like sitting down, being relegated to one specific position. I like being able to like move around or like do stuff out and about and stuff. You guys probably know that about me. When I'm using my MacBook Pro and I'm using this MIDI controller, I love this MIDI controller. It's so small. Look at the size. And again, we're going to just talk about this really quick. We're going to do a full-on video on the differences and stuff. But like, look at the difference in size. I can just throw this in my bag and it can always be there, and it's fine. It's all good. This doesn't have knobs, doesn't have faders, doesn't have any of that stuff, right? But I can use my keyboard on the MacBook to, like, you know, arm recording and stop and do all the things. So this works extremely well for that purpose. So why would I need a different MIDI controller that's, you know, used for mobile stuff with my MacBook Pro? Well, something like this allows me to explore sound design in a way that there's no way that I would ever think to do using a MacBook Pro keyboard and that one that I just showed you, because you have to click on the mouse and you have to change knob. That's horrible. That's not fun for me at all. But here, being able to have your macros automatically, and I'm saying something that's probably obvious to anyone that uses any DAW. Like, of course, you guys probably have knobs on your keyboards at whatever you're using, but I'm not really used to doing that, right? And this is going to allow me to do that, coupled with being able to play chords. I can play chords with these mini keys. I'm going to explore that a little bit more. It's not as good, obviously, as using like a bigger key bed or full-size keys, but full-size keys are going to be a much bigger, bigger unit, and that may not be able to, right? So it's a trade-off. But it probably has to be Ableton at this point, right? Probably has to be Ableton. And I'm going to be strict on myself with focusing in on, like, I have an urge to just launch Ableton on my MacBook Pro and just use it right now, honestly. So I'm going to figure out, like, I'm making the rules here, right? It's not like I'm not abiding to anybody else. So even though I'm using the XY only this month to make music, does that mean that I can't, like, launch Ableton for a minute and just, because I'm overly inspired and excited about something with, like, a new, addition to the mix? I don't know the answer to that. I'll figure that out. But I just want to say shout out again to Arturia. I want to give a quick reminder. Actually, my album, please go listen to my album if you haven't already. It's dope. It is called It's Not Bedtime. I had to think about that. And it's really good. I actually put all my albums on here, and it's cool to be able to listen to them on hardware. I love that. It's actually pretty incredible. But yes, listen to it. Let me know your thoughts on it. I'm also excited. Very soon, YouTube is going to have this is like a 30-minute video. It's pretty cool. I was excited to talk to you guys. YouTube's going to have a feature where we're going to be able to build a community in a fun way on the community tab on YouTube. And they've, trialed it out, and it's getting pushed out slowly but surely to everyone. I am very excited about that. If you're sitting here watching this right now and you're a regular on my channel, this is going to mean that whoever's watching this, is people in my head that I'm thinking of that watch my stuff and join my lives, you will be able to communicate with me and others that are part of our community. It's like a micro community that we're building here, that I'm trying to build right on this platform. I don't have to tell you to go to Instagram and go to my broadcast channel. I don't have to tell you to go to Patreon and join my chat room. I can tell you, just hit me up right there. Drop the link right there. You guys are going to be able to put links in the community tab, not, or information or pictures or whatever. That's a big, big, big deal, because what this is, this channel is about, like, it's about community. That's the most important thing for me, is being able to talk to you guys and build a community. And you guys watch me. I want to know what you're doing. You know, Benjamin B. Jammin since birth. He's someone that's been following my content for quite a while. He, great guy, never met in person. Hopefully at some point we're able to, like, you know, even build it to a point where we're able to like meet in person and stuff. That's like more ambitious goals. But he released an album. Forget the name of it. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna give my man a shout out. It's called The Infinite Impossible Possibilities, and there it is. So he released this album, okay? And why I'm bringing this to your attention is because it's an amazing album. I'm like, oh shoot, this guy plays a bass guitar. I was thinking it was going to be one thing, but this album is something very different. And it's really good, and it's atmospheric, and it's my kind of music, and you just put it on, and it's just, I say that to say, everyone else watching this, y'all probably are making music as well and doing things and making content and stuff. I want to be a part of that. I want to listen to that. I want to support. I want to use my platform to help. I also want to be inspired by you guys as well. It's not anymore about, like, you know, these artists that are famous, that it's only their stuff. Like, their stuff is better quality than the people who aren't famous making stuff. Maybe it is better quality. Maybe generally, I mean, maybe, right? But there's a lot of talented people that are not famous, including myself. I'm not famous. I made some dope stuff. The stuff that I made is really, it sounds good. I listen to it. I love it. I enjoy it. I enjoy listening to the stuff that I made. And so, kind of a little bit of a rant, but I say that to say, like, look out for that when that community tab thing becomes available. Like, I'm very excited to just continue building what we have here. I deleted social media on my phone for the foreseeable future. I want to, like, lock in a little bit more to YouTube. I still have access to it on my iPad, like Instagram and stuff, because I think I'll need that in a certain way. But I want to kind of just be more intentional. I have, like, clarity on what I want to focus in on, and that feels great. So yes, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.